Hi everybody. In this video, I want to go over my 6 months on Carnivore. Now after 6 months, there's 5 topics that I want to cover, and we're going to keep it relatively brief, at least 1, 2, 3. 4 is a little bit long because that's a long list of non-scale victories that I've experienced on Carnivore. And then number 5 is going to be kind of the total sum of all the benefits that I've received from Carnivore, but with a little bit of a twist. Okay, so let's get started. Number 1, basic information. My name is John. I'm 56 years old, 6 feet tall. I'm 282 pounds. I've lost more than 46 pounds in the last 6 months on Carnivore. The second item is my lab work. I had lab work done before starting Carnivore, and my doctor and I agreed 2 months in to see where I stood with repeating the lab work. Virtually everything came back better. The only thing that was a little bit elevated was my LDL, which went up about 20-25 points, nothing terrible, but my A1C improved, my triglycerides improved greatly, and just about everything else improved, to the point where my doctor, who was not in favor of this diet, said at the end of the appointment, keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Number 3, the third benefit is huge for me because my sleep apnea is very severe, or was very severe. For the last 2.5 years, I've always had to adjust the pressure on my CPAP machine to improve my airflow, because sometimes my episodes per hour would raise, and then I'd have to adjust it, put a little bit more pressure into the breathing apparatus, into the mask. And then other times I could lower it back down again, but it was kind of all over the place until the last month and a half. The last month, it's been fantastic unless I mess it up. So sleep apnea has improved dramatically. Do I still need the CPAP machine? Yes, but that's okay. I've gotten used to wearing it, and it doesn't bother me that much. Now, number 4 is huge. This is a long list. Well, a list of about 12 or 13 items, and they're in no particular order, but this is a list of non-scale victories that have improved greatly on Carnivore. Number 1, breathing. I covered this once before in a previous video, but I have not been able to breathe through my nose since I was a teenager. Somewhere around 20 years old, 80% of the time, I had to breathe through my mouth. That has switched. Now, 80% of the time, I can breathe through my nose. I never expected this because I just thought that's the way my body is. I can't breathe through my nose. I've spoken to doctors about it many times. It's just the way it is. That's the way your body is. That's what I was told. Could be allergies, but who knows what it could be. So breathing has improved tremendously. It's actually gotten a little bit better than 80% of the time. I'd say after 2-3 months, the breathing has improved somewhere between 85 and 90%. That was completely unexpected. Eye floaters. I've had eye floaters for years, and I still have them, but they're not nearly as prevalent as they used to be just months ago. Gas and the toilet. Major improvement. I don't think I need to go into that too much, but gas is a non-issue. Going to the toilet, I go every other day, usually, but that's it. No longer 4 or 5 times a day. Inches. I've lost inches on my arms, definitely on my stomach, my legs. I can actually see muscles in my feet and on my calves that I couldn't see 6 months ago. Even the muscles in my arms, to see my arm muscles. I don't know if you can see that going, but you didn't see this before. It was covered in fat. Unfortunately, I didn't measure myself before Carnivore, but I know it's greatly improved, and I'm just thrilled with it. When I saw and noticed muscles moving in my arms and not just fat going up and down, I couldn't believe it. So another area that was very unusual is my ears were always itchy before, to the point where if I would scratch too much, I would make myself bleed. I haven't done that in probably 4 months, maybe even longer. I don't know when it improved. This is something I just noticed in the past few weeks, that I'm no longer having itchy ears. I don't know how, I don't know why. It's a bizarre little thing, but if you've experienced anything like this, of course, please let me know. Tingling in my arm and hand when I sleep. My hands would always get tingly, and I just assumed that it was from how I slept. From either sleeping on my hand, sleeping on my arm, having it tucked in some strange way. Doesn't happen anymore. I don't know why. I actually spoke to my doctor about this, and we ran some studies and everything was fine, so he had no idea what it was, and he said, don't worry about it. So I didn't, but on Carnivore, that has gone away. Big one. Energy. The level of energy that I have after 6 months is incredible. It's not the same as it was 4 months ago, or even 3 months ago, or 6 months ago. It has improved every month since month 1. Month 1, it was fantastic. It did drop a little bit in month 2, and then from then on, it's just going higher and higher and higher, to the point where this month, I just feel so much better. I don't get tired, which leads me to sleep. I sleep great. I put my head down, and within 10 or 15 minutes, I'm asleep until something wakes me up or my alarm the next day. That hasn't been the case in I can't tell you how many years. Shoulder pain. This shoulder, especially right in here, has given me problems for probably 8 to 10 years. Again, it's one of those things that I just got used to because it's just always been there. It's been there for so long, couldn't figure out why, but it's gone. I do notice when I do have some sugar, it comes back a little bit and then takes 2 or 3 or 4 days for it to go away again, but it's gone. I don't know how that has happened, but I attribute that to sugar and carbs. Same with my lower back pain. I used to go to the chiropractor on a semi-regular basis. I haven't been to the chiropractor since month 1 or 2. My back is fine. My lower back has no issues for at least 4 months now. Will I throw it out eventually? It's kind of a wait and see. I don't know if it'll go out of whack again or if it's just fine and it's normal. But I've been going to the chiropractor since my 20s and I'm 56. Okay, so eating. Eating has improved so much. I don't eat a snack and then breakfast and a snack and lunch and a snack and dinner and then another snack before going to bed. I don't do that anymore. I eat twice a day. Somewhere in mid-late morning, late afternoon, whenever my schedule allows me to. 2 meals a day is it. That's all I need. It's incredible. And if I can't eat a meal schedule-wise and I just eat 1 meal a day, OMAD, I'm fine. It's not a big deal. I can easily do that, skip a meal, and when I skip a meal, I don't get the cravings like trying to figure out where the nearest fast food place is or convenience store or anything like that, which I used to do constantly when I was out on the road. So that just doesn't happen anymore. And like I said, skipping meals is no big deal. I'm actually fasting today. I want to do a 48-hour fast. This is only the 3rd time I'm doing it, but the last 2 times were because of the restaurant issue that I had last month that really kind of messed me up. I did the fasting twice and that completely got my body back on track. And today I just wanted to do it because it just felt good those last 2 times, so I wanted to try this again. So I'm actually fasting today. I'm not going to eat today. I'll eat tomorrow. Not a big deal. And I've been out and about today several times and no issues. I don't get that calling towards grabbing a pizza, grabbing some Chinese food, Mexican food, fast food, anything like that. It just doesn't happen. So skipping meals is easy. Now, this 5th item is the umbrella that covers all of this. What's the most important part of the carnivore diet for me right now? It's hard to nail down whether it's my lowered blood pressure, my improved sleep apnea, my A1C dropping back under pre-diabetes, but I think all of that falls under the guidelines of food freedom. This never would have happened. All these things that I've listed, that I have listed out right here in front of me, the list is so long, I needed cheat notes. But none of this would have happened if I didn't have this food freedom. To not plan my day of figuring out where the nearest pizza place is, finding out where the nearest fast food is, the nearest Chinese food, whatever I was craving that day, because the cravings are gone, the desire is gone. I don't have cravings anymore. I've mentioned before that our house has at times smelled like a bakery. I was fine. I didn't need anything. We have pasta, rice, mac and cheese, canned soups, all the usual foods that we had before. Again, for family members that aren't eating exactly the same as I am, that's in the pantry. I don't need those. I don't get cravings or called to those. I know some people need to eliminate that, get that out of the house. Thankfully, that hasn't happened for me. But again, I just have to give the credit to all of these incredible benefits to food freedom. Carnivore has done that. Now, what have I been eating for the last 6 months? Mostly triple B&E. Beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. That's a majority of what I've eaten for the last 6 months. Do we put in sausage, salmon, shrimp, beef liver, or actually chicken liver, beef liver? My wife and I actually really enjoy that, so that's not an issue. We love it when we have it. So do I incorporate some other things? But 90% of the time it's bacon and eggs for breakfast, and it's a steak or ground meat, something along those lines, for an afternoon dinner, late lunch dinner, whatever you want to call it. That's it. It's amazing. If you're thinking about carnivore or you're doing carnivore, I don't know if you've experienced any of these healing traits that I've experienced. Please let me know. And if you're thinking about carnivore, this isn't just hype. And I know everybody is different, but this is what has improved in my life. What can it do for you? The only thing I can suggest is try it for 60 to 90 days. 30 days isn't quite long enough. If that's all you think you can do it. But once you get past that 30 days, 60 days is so much easier. 90 days, it becomes routine. And after that, every month you'll experience something better. It's truly incredible. So if you're still watching, I can't thank you enough watching this long. I truly hope that you hit that like button, subscribe, share notification. Please feel free to leave me comments down below. I enjoy reading the comments on all of these videos, and I just hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and God bless.